Welcome back to another episode of West of Knowhere. This week we talk about rising tariffs on China, Canada, and Mexico. Gene Hackman and his wife are found dead in their home. The world-killing asteroid is probably not going to kill us. Same-sex marriage is under fire in 9 states. Popular streamer Amouranth's home is broken into. Transgender troops are now being kicked out of the military. And on this week's Am I the Asshole, how many tests did your significant other put you through? We'd like to thank Mark Stadler, Kylie Gangwish, Kobe Jordan, Chantel Stadler, Kevin Garahan, Lord Reverend Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts, Colton Zamersla, and Pantera Girl. And away we go.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, freak show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Knowhere. I am Minister Levi.
And I'm Reverend Shane.
Yeah.
And
That's
today
right.
we just want to talk about bringing in your flock.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah. See, when you have outsiders who try to derail you from your true mission,
Did you say
you can't
railing?
let them in. Derail.
Oh, you said, I heard rail.
That's like when somebody tries to have sex with you, but opposite.
So a typical Saturday night.
Hey, boo. Anyway, so he's tired and delusional. I just woke up. We're having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, if all of you could have seen the 30-minute, about 25-minute debacle about me trying to figure out how to log into Patreon, but first
Here's
having
the
to log
thing.
into my email address.
I just watched a video on this exact topic the other day, yesterday specifically, and it was talking about how overly convoluted technology has become. And this is a perfect example. And your example of like just struggling just to log into it, I will add a new story to this.
Ooh,
because
okay.
when it was still football season, I was at my brother's house and we were watching a Nebraska game, and he was like, why does this look like dog shit? Well, YouTube TV was like, hey man, if you want to watch it in higher resolution, you gotta pay for that. So, you know, the broadcast that the station automatically sends out, they're now pay blocking to give you access to. So he was like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm just going to bump up the subscription so I can get this, so we can not watch 480p football. And the amount of effort it took for him to try and upgrade this was astounding, because he's got YouTube TV and he was on his iPhone and he's trying to log into his Google account. They have a family group Google account for the YouTube TV.
Yeah.
And he's trying to log into it, and he was like, it did that thing where, well, now you got to approve the sign-in from a different device. Well, we have to go get the iPad. So got the iPad. Approve the sign-in. Okay, cool. Turns out you can't edit your subscription from a mobile device. You have to do it on the computer. Do all this over again, and it was just a clusterfuck. So, anyway,
When everything switches over to two-factor authentication, I'm gonna become a nomad.
you know,
Or a
here's the
hermit.
thing: is I really think that that's super simple in comparison, because
Really?
I have an authenticator app, and I just click it, and then it fucking pops up, and I type the number in, and we're done. I don't have to fuck around with all this extra shit. I don't have to open a different app, like for, you know, Google. You have to, for some reason, I have to click into YouTube to approve the sign-in for anything. Like when I relogged into the West of Knowhere email, it's like, hey, can you open YouTube and approve you're signing into the email? Because obviously that's what, why wouldn't you approve it from the YouTube account? Like, what the fuck, dude? So anyway, if you're listening to this episode, we're impressed because it probably took you a lot of effort just to get here. Anyway, we got some comments.
Yeah.
First one, Kylie says, "Finally, it's been weeks since I've seen you two." And then she's got the party emoji and the heart emoji. You know what? Just for that, we're putting this episode out a day late. That's what you get. And if everybody's mad, blame Kylie. She shouldn't have said something like that. So,
Yep.
that's the only reason. And Kevin Garahan decided to throw shade at me. He says, "Levi, why do you think the Lions got destroyed in the postseason? My thought is that they played too hard in the regular season and ended up injuring all their players instead of resting their starters when they were blowing teams out. I could be wrong, though. Go Birds." Here's the thing. I love the Eagles and the things that they do for disabled fans such as yourself. The other issue is that the entire Lions defense has been injured since like week 5. So it's like there's never been a good time. Like, so to answer your question, they got destroyed in postseason because they're not used to being there. Okay. And no.
Holy shit! I'm sorry,
That caught you off guard, huh?
dude. That was so fucking smooth. That was great.
It's charity work that the NFL teams are doing. It's just incredible. So, good for them. Kylie says that she loves my incredible depth of knowledge of football. It's so fun to learn these nuggets of knowledge. And I think she timestamped it. It was when we were talking about Kellen Moore. And yeah. And then shortly thereafter, she tagged a different timestamp and said, "What a hot take of an opinion, Shane. Damn, because you dare strike at the Lord and Savior Sabrina Carpenter."
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah, she sucks.
Jesus. I will say though, SNL 50, they had that special for their 50 years, right?
Yeah.
And dude, she's got good comedic timing. She's very funny.
Yeah.
There was a skit that she did with Pedro Pascal, and it was fucking hilarious. Like, a couple was renewing their vows.
Yeah.
And so, like, the bridesmaids were singing songs, and then the groomsmen were all singing songs, and I highly recommend you go watch it. But
I saw a clip of her dancing next to him, and he was like visually sweating because he was just like, oh, bro.
Well, here's the thing: is the last time they were near each other, like they were in some sort of interview format, like at a thing.
Yeah.
And he like just like put his hand on her shoulder to like lean in and say something, and fucking people lit him up, talking about how he's this big old creeper, which is hilarious because he's like the most wholesome person ever. And I watched a video on it, and they were talking about how, you know, he's since then at every interaction they've had, he's been very like, all right, I'm not gonna fucking put myself into that position again. And so you can see in the beginning of that video, he's like a little surprised when she like bumps into him. But like, that's her way of being like, hey guys, it's cool. I'm bumping into him.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Touch me.
Jesus. T-Ferg has some hot takes. He says Levi is cheating with his beard, just like girls look different with makeup. Here, hold on. All right. Don't come for the beard. First of all, it's more like a push-up bra than anything else. Second of all, when I wear makeup, it's like makeup, okay? Which I don't do because I'm naturally beautiful. But
like the internet says, and whatever, it is the truth. Beards are to guys what makeup is to girls, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, I look way better with a beard. It's a true thing. And,
Yeah. We wouldn't know,
it's been
though,
so
because you're not
long-
allowed to have one, you piece of shit.
And it's been so long since I've seen you without a beard that if you shaved it off, I would be.
It would
I'd
be
like,
horrifying for everybody, and
Who
I
is on
don't.
this show?
Yeah, I don't want to cause a national panic because we have enough of those, and I don't think the world needs it, to be honest. And I'd have to get a bigger camera to support all these chins that I'm hiding. So, yeah. Yeah, man. So, got some cool stuff going on. Got a lot of fun things happening.
Before you move on, didn't we have a new commenter this week?
Did we?
I thought we did. It was like Lizard Mama or.
Oh, hold
fucking-
on. Let me. I forgot to sort it. Oh yeah, Lizard Tada. I think, or Lizard Tada. I don't know. It says women die more often in emergency situations because people are afraid to touch our bodies to give care like CPR and Heimlich. Women like this reinforce that fear. Oh yeah. Next time he sees a woman in need, will he help her or turn his back because of what she's done? Don't punish behavior you want to see repeated. She can't control flashbacks, but she can handle her feelings like a goddamn adult. Amen. Going to HR was a dick move, and she knows it. Fuck this lady. She's why men ignore women who need help. Yeah, good catch. Also, I can't tell, but the profile picture just from like. Okay, no, it's not. It looked like the hormone monstrous head from what Big Mouth on like a butterfly body, but that's not what it is. But that's what it looked like. Anyway, I'm gonna heart that one. So
Yeah, there's so much stuff.
man, where to begin? I would like to ask if you are allowed to answer this. Do you have to do the 5 bullet point email thing, or is the military excluded from that?
I did not have to do that, so
Yeah.
I would assume it's not us.
Okay. Yeah. So if you don't know, the Department of Government something or other, the Doge crew, fronted by the Elon in chief, has been just tearing through all the things. And one of the things that they want is for people to, in like federal employees. And this is why I'm like, okay, it makes sense that it's not military, but like I thought maybe there might be something. But either way, one of the many things that they're instituting is a weekly email stating 5 things that you've accomplished that week,
Yeah.
to basically explain your employment. Because if you can't produce 5 things that you've done in a week, what are you doing? Now, I will relay the conversation that I had with a very nice lady at the VA that I met with the other day. And yesterday, to be specific. And she works in the glasses shop. She fits frames. That's all she does. That's all they ask her to do. That's what her job is.
Yeah.
She's basically like one of those Walmart glasses shops, but she doesn't do exams. She literally fits and orders frames. So that's a job that is kind of important. She's doing a service, but that's also a job that you don't really have the ability to branch out and like produce leads or like expand something or like have an inventory either, because you're custom ordering everything.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, it's seems like I'm just going to have to say the same 5 things that I said last week, because it's the same stuff that I do all the time. Like I'm doing the same thing all the time, which is a large portion of these government jobs. And these people, they do a job that is needed, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But now they have to go out of their way to do this extra stuff to justify their existence. And and this is what we said. We were like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense on paper, and for people who've never dealt with any government agencies, like, yeah, cool. Just go ahead and tell us what you're doing so we know. But now you're making all this extra things for people to do. They got to like provide information on what they're doing, which takes time out of what they're supposed to be doing, which is making the government agencies less effective. So it seems counterproductive. And a big chunk of like the VA specifically, their things that they're doing is a very monotonous. They're always kind of doing the same thing. So if you're expecting them to like be more and more productive, but their productivity is based on who's coming in, who's making appointments, that doesn't seem fair to me. So, and like, for instance, I had to drive an hour and a half to go get frames. That's the only way I can get free frames through the VAs. I have to drive all the way there. Made an appointment, drive all the way there, and then have them type it into the computer and order it, and then I have to drive all the way home. So it's not like there's all over the place. Yeah. So it's kind of weird to me. I'm all in favor of let's make things more streamlined. Let's make things more efficient. But all of the things that I'm seeing do not show that that's what's happening. It seems like this is very redundant and not helpful to anybody other than making people panic and quit out of fear that they're just going to get fired anyway. Yeah.
I would kind of like to believe a little bit, like obviously with people like that, with her who does frames, like that's her job. Yeah. I would assume she's probably safe, right? Like in my mind, she actually
like those very specific things are probably good.
Yeah. But there are some contractors, like tech reps and shit, who like only really do anything if they get an email to do something. So yeah. They probably go weeks where they just like, come into work, check emails, wait till about lunchtime, and then just fucking call it a day. And those people probably need to be combined with something else because like that is a waste of money.
Yeah, like if you have 10 of them, you could probably get away with having 5 or even less, if depending on what the workload is. Yeah,
exactly.
And see, like that's the stuff that makes sense. But to put everybody through the ringer just because you don't want to do the work and figure out where those jobs are, kind of. And now you have to pay people to go through all those fucking emails and read it and then determine if it's justified that what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Those people have to send an email every week saying how many emails they read to justify their job.
Yep. So now you have this like pyramid scheme of email sending. Yeah. I did see a meme about it that made me laugh. It was like it was that scene from Office Space, with the 2 Bobs. Yeah. Where they're like going through the company. And then it was like the office manager of some company trying to justify why Doge shouldn't fire them. It's like, what exactly would you say you do here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's great. We got other related stuff. Tariffs are starting to kick in, and the market's not super pumped about it. Everything's down very, very aggressively. And I saw a video. We're gonna tie this into another movie quote clip thing because there was a clip. Fox News was doing Trump was giving a speech about it.
Yeah.
And as he's talking, on the bottom right corner, there's the ticker of the fucking Dow, and it's just like down, down, down. And it reminds me of the movie Fun with Dick and Jane with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like at the very beginning, his company promotes him to be like the person who goes on TV shows and talks about their stuff, and he's on air on a like an economics program talking about how great the company's doing, as behind the scenes the CEO and the CFO are unloading all their stocks and just liquidating the company, and the company's tanking right on live. It's so funny. And it would be funnier if it wasn't sad, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's great. Everything is awesome, as the Lego movie has so boldly determined life would be. But yeah, so we got tariffs. We got tariffs for everything. They upped the ones that China was getting. They doubled it from 10% to 20%.
Jesus.
Sure, we won't feel any of that. And then also the Canada and Mexico ones are at 25%. And that might not seem important because it's like, okay, fucking maple syrup's more expensive. We get a lot of gasoline from Canada, so like that's our biggest import our biggest import of gas is from Canada. So
This is gonna be great.
it's gonna be sweet. And then, well, here's the good news: is fucking Sleepy Joe canceled that pipeline. Trump's gonna start it back up, so then Canada is gonna get more oil to sell us. That's gonna be more expensive. Hell yeah, dude! Fucking let's go.
Man.
Yeah. So we're it's gonna be pretty exciting. A lot of cool stuff going on.
It's been pretty depressing. Like a 7 or 8 days Michelle Trottenberg is dead.
Oh yeah, and Gene Hackman.
Dude, Gene Hackman. He did not die, dude. Him and his wife and dog were murdered.
You think so?
They said they found all 3 of them dead.
Yeah.
They found the wife in like an entryway, just like fell over.
Yeah.
So, and they can't find any evidence, or last I looked at the article, they couldn't find any evidence of an apparent gas leak or of like carbon monoxide poisoning. So they're not sure how they died.
Yeah. So I will expand upon that.
Damn
it. So her body was found surrounded by scattered pills in an open prescription bottle.
Oh man.
So
Stupid
I don't know specifically, what could have caused that, but my theory is, so their bodies were found much later than when they actually died, probably a good week or 2. I think Gene died, and I think this lady was like, fuck it, I'm out too. Took a bunch of pills, took the way out, and then the dog just died because it was hungry. You know what I mean?
Or the dog ate some of the pills that she was surrounded by and died.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fire department and the gas company both said that there were no signs of carbon monoxide leaks, but there's an ongoing investigation. So we'll find out more. We'll keep that kind of news coming when we get it. But
I think
Michelle
it's
Trachtenberg
staged.
is what?
I think it was staged, but yeah, Michelle Trottenberg. There, from what I read, she had died from they think a failed
She had a liver transplant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super sad. She was. Yeah, I was a big fan of her when I was younger.
I think
used to
everybody
watch
was.
'cause she was in Buffy, right? And
She was in Buffy, and then she was in Eurotrip.
Eurotrip, I remember that. She was in some other stuff, dude. Gossip Girl, and I don't know. She was like one of those people who seemed to be in a bunch of stuff, but also never kind of like the star of anything, but was like a good supporting actress.
She was Harriet the Spy too.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I feel like there was somebody else, but I can't remember now.
I think the drummer was for a band, and I didn't save the article, but and I feel stupid for even bringing it up now. But yeah, there was a drummer for like a pretty prominent band that had died recently too.
Yeah. No clue.
All right. Well, and I probably shouldn't say any of this, but
Oh boy.
Trump is apparently talking about getting rid of all transgender people, effective pretty soon, actually.
Yeah, I'd seen that. I saw the executive order. There's an executive order that there are only 2 genders. Okay. Not really something that is legally pertinent, but okay. And then also now it's they're gonna sweep through the military and kick out anybody who has had any kind of anything about it. Which could
what
be
I'm reading is that they
go
were
ahead.
diagnosed with gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, whenever this was a rumor months ago, like at a time, I mean, in general, it's bad, but
yeah,
it's especially bad at a time where where retention is not great,
right.
and these people want to serve, so why not let them serve? I don't understand.
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
I don't get it either. But I gotta be honest, I don't get most of the stuff that he's doing because it seems to be very confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's weird because it's like, okay, cool, you want to do this, but also you're cool with kicking people out if they even just have like the diagnosis and maybe not even actually doing anything about it. They're just, I have this stuff, but they volunteered to go in. Why don't we do this where we're so worried about illegal immigration? Why don't we just start offering illegal immigrants who want to come to America that as a pathway? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have to sign up and go through all the checks and stuff that everybody else does, but people get citizenships in the military all the time, so it feels like something that they could do.
I didn't read the article, but I heard people talking at work about how there's some rumor that Trump is saying that people can come in if they pay $5 million to come in.
Yeah, he wants to have a pay-to-play situation for citizenship, which is hilarious because it doesn't cost that much in general. Like, if you have $5 million, you're not going to spend it doing that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You could get a citizenship the normal way. What worries me about it is this is opening the door. Like, okay, so they just have to pay $5 million and then they get a citizenship. Like, is that something that foreign billionaires are going to just take advantage of and then just run amok without any kind of, like the limit of them trying to, in my head, the thing that I'm thinking of is like, these Russian billionaire people who could, like, I don't know, do something bad. Although I don't think they have a whole lot of money right now, but
I agree with you. I don't think anyone who has $5 million is going to use it to come in the country. They're just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because you have $5 million to spend.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, if they do have $5 million to spend and they do use it to get a citizenship, we should probably be concerned that they're not going through the traditional pathways of trying to be a citizenship, all of the checks that they have to do. But
I would assume that if you're paying that $5 million, and I could be wrong, which I think to clarify, I think that is a stupid idea. But if they're doing it, I would assume it's like a fast pass at Six Flags.
Yeah, just front of the line, baby. Yeah, check cleared. All right, stamp approved.
Oh, I meant like their background checks get done first, and like all their like everything that they would normally have to do, they just get moved to the top of the pile. Like, oh, well, you paid, so you get to fucking come through first, but we got to run all your paperwork still, so it'll still be a month.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. We'll find out. Update on the city killing asteroid. Chances of it hitting Earth dips down to 0.001%, unfortunately. So, yeah, almost got out of it, but
Well, now I have to go back to finding a pre-1970s toaster.
oh no.
I was so mad when I used to make the toaster joke all the time, and then I was reading an article one night, and it was like, just so you know, toasters made after 1970 have an automatic shut-off in them, so you can't actually take a toaster bath. And I was like, well, that's stupid.
Yeah. Realistically, the only thing you could do is... No, I can't give that kind of advice. But here's the problem is a lot of modern buildings have built-in breakers or that kind of thing. So... Damn codes and stuff.
The bathrooms have those GFCI outlets in them.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. So big thing that I want to talk about is the Oval Office meeting between President Donald Trump and President Zelensky of Ukraine.
Okay.
Have you seen anything about this?
I mean, I've seen like some videos about it, but all I know is that they disagreed essentially, and then Trump and Vance are saying that he disrespected them, and they kicked him out.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly how it went. No. No. So the whole thing, it was obviously a meeting broadcasted for the purpose of like to showcase Zelensky coming and like being like, hey, you know, things are not still great and we still need to make sure that this goes through as like an actual ceasefire. And his mission was to make sure that the United States, being the mediator between them and Russia, is making sure that both sides are agreeing on similar things instead of one side conceding a bunch of stuff, and the other not having anything to do with anything as far as truce goes. And for some reason, this is not a thing that Trump or Vance cared about. They didn't want to hear any kind of talk about what Russia was going to give up. They wanted Zelensky to say thank you because he's a 5-year-old, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
And show respect. Read, kiss the ring. Basically, they wanted him on this broadcasted thing to basically beg. In a weird way. Like they didn't obviously implicitly say that, but that's the vibe you like got from watching it.
Yeah.
They didn't care to hear what he had to say, and when he started to push back, they got very confrontational, and he was like, you guys are obviously not going to listen to me, and he left. Like cuz they shut down, they just put blockers up. And there's no way treaty or anything was going to be agreed upon in this meeting ever. Trump and Vance both came in with the intention of trying to get Zelensky to concede whatever they wanted him to. And the view of this is wild because they are, and now all of the conservatives are now pushing for Ukraine to give up so much. And, you know, Trump even said, oh, well, Ukraine started this whole thing. Don't know how they did that, but okay. And so now it's twisted into, well, Ukraine needs to relax and just give Russia what they want. Why are we being so like siding with Russia? They voted the United States for the first time in the United Nations, has voted with Russia and North Korea against a Ukrainian-backed like truce. There's fucking 3 people that voted no, and one of them is us, and the others are Russia and North Korea. Like, that is what's going on. And people are confused as to why we're doing this. And I gotta tell you, I think that Vladimir Putin has got to have the most horrendous blackmail on Donnie. There's no way, because before the election, he talked about Putin was going to listen to me. We're going to have this thing. This is going to be over in a week, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, Putin respects me. Putin, blah, blah, blah. And jack shit has come from that. And it's very clear that Trump has no way to make that side think anything. So their only bargaining chip is to try and convince Ukraine to concede all of the things that they shouldn't have to. And it's pretty wild. And it's crazy because it's like, for the last, I don't know, whenever the first Trump election was going on.
Yeah.
Do you remember how Joe Rogan used to talk about the Russian social network like group that was like spreading disinformation and doing all this crazy stuff, and he had that lady on that was talking about them, and
Yeah.
weirdly enough, he has said jack shit about that and has now twisted into of, well, anybody who believes that this is like some Russian propaganda is just, they're propaganda bots that are feeding that rumor. So a whole bunch of people have done heel turns to now not be anti-Russia, but instead now pro. And also within the last year, there's been information that's come out that says that a lot of popular internet personalities have been bankrolled by certain Russian agencies. So
Okay.
it's kind of crazy. Russia playing the long game in the Cold War. Turns out they're fucking killing it. They're getting their ass kicked in actual war, but god damn it, if they can convince one of the bigger bankrollers of their opposers to flip, then that might be the move. The problem is that now with the United States pulling their funding for Ukraine, all of Europe was like, all right, fuck it, we'll do it then. Instead of it being a shared mix, there's a lot of people that are saying that it's not, that the United States is putting all the money in. Not true. But now, with the U.S. money gone, all of the European nations are kind of like, all right, well, we'll all have to put in more.
Okay.
So, meanwhile, the United States sending billions of dollars to Israel to fight an enemy who doesn't need billions of dollars to be fought. So, I don't know. It's very interesting. A lot of interesting stuff happening, and there's probably not anything to read into about it. But
I think if we're gonna pull out of any wars, we pull out of all of them. You know what I mean? Like if the whole rhetoric is, well, we got to care about America first, well then fine, stop funding anything outside of the country.
Yeah.
And then as much as I don't agree with not helping countries that need help, if you're gonna pull from one, pull from everybody.
Yeah.
And then we start working on ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we got some self-care to do.
yeah, dude. Like let's get our nails done. Let's get a manicure. Let's get let's get a pedicure. Let's fucking, let's
treat
build
yourself,
that wall,
girl.
I guess that we so badly fucking need apparently.
We just put a dome over everything. Yeah. I think the issue is that we can't do that, not from a strategic point of view, but I think we have so many companies that depend on external sources that if we internalized everything, they would panic and it would be so hard for them to do anything. And because they have so much money lobbying and dipping into donations for campaign funds and whatever,
Yeah.
they don't want that to happen. And it's crazy because it's like all these companies have their, scratch in the back of two other companies. Like every company's got one hand on one guy's back and the other on another guy's back. And it's this giant circle jerk of billion-dollar companies helping each other out to stay crazy wealthy and also prevent anything changing. So
Yeah.
that's cool. A lot of fun stuff happening. Anyway,
In other news, there are 9 states currently lobbying to overturn. I can't remember the case name, but essentially gay marriage.
yeah.
I wish that I had prepped and pulled it, because the dude from Michigan that the senator that's lobbying to do it, he looks like he secretly like he hates gay people, but he's secretly has hooked up with a couple dudes in his pastime. He's just too afraid to say anything.
Yeah. the kinds of guys who get caught in public restrooms soliciting male prostitutes. Yeah.
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 That again is crazy. Why do you care who someone else marries?
Yeah.
It literally has nothing to fucking do with you. I don't understand the thought process at all. And a couple of the states are doing this weird, not necessarily getting rid of gay marriage, but making straight marriage something called covenant marriage. And I was like, what are we doing? Why are we creating more fucking boundaries between people? I just don't understand. There's too much shit going on in the world for us to go, you know what we need? More issues at home.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is it's crazy that these immensely conservative people and governments and politicians are the ones championing these things.
Yeah.
When they're the ones who are always like, we need smaller government, we need less government involvement. You're all full of shit. You just want to push your agenda on something else. I don't understand why in the land of the free, where every idea is welcome, that we have to mandate you against something that you naturally want to do. I don't understand it. It's so confusing to me. It always has been. Oh yeah, this is greatest country, you can say whatever you want except for that stuff, and you can do whatever you want except for that stuff. And then if you want to do that stuff, we got to take it away because you're having too much fun. Who does it hurt? Nobody. If
Exactly.
two ladies want to get married, where is the issue there? I don't fucking get it.
I understand mandating gun control. I understand it. I understand mandating what drugs you can and can't take because people abuse that shit.
Yeah.
I get those things. But if whoever gets married, that literally doesn't do a single thing at all to anyone. Nothing. Just because you don't agree with it, cool. Well, guess what you don't have to do? You don't have to marry somebody of the same sex. You don't have to do that. If you don't want to. If you're not into that, then don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
I just...
Yeah. The people who are, well, I just mind my own business. I wish they wouldn't try to fucking push their agenda all over everybody, are the ones that are always doing that. It's kind of stupid. And what's wild to me is the people who continue to fall for it. You know what? I haven't thought about gay marriage in 12 years, but God damn it. Yeah, it does bother me. Wow. It's been I want statistics. Where from I guess the Supreme Court in 2015 declared same-sex marriage legal across the United States at a federal level.
Yeah.
So from that point on, what happened? What are the statistics that back that this is doing anything. Because that's not even that. It's fucking barely 10 years. Like,
Yeah.
what's the issue? What's happened? Is there like a massive influx of, I don't know, better dressed people? Like, what's people smell nicer? I don't get it. I don't understand what the
their only fucking claim is that it's against their religion. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the stupidest fucking thing, considering this country is supposed to be built on freedom of religion.
yeah.
So why does it matter what your religion says about you? Then you fucking follow it if that's what you fucking believe.
Yeah.
You follow, yeah, like no one's telling you have to go against your religion. Fine. If your religion says you can't fucking marry a goat, don't marry a goat. Fine. Fucking Jethro wants to do it. Let him fucking do it.
Yeah. This article that I found has an interesting take, or not. I don't even know if this is what the article's trying to say, but this is where my mind's going while reading this, because it says, a recent wave of Republican-led bills targeting same-sex marriage comes amid a second Donald Trump presidency, blah, blah, blah. Numerous lawmakers across red states have followed suit in both rhetoric and introducing bills. In Oklahoma in January, the Republican state senator introduced a series of bills targeting LGBTQ plus rights, among them Promote Child Thriving Act. The Promote Child Thriving Act establishes a $500 tax credit per child for a mother and father filing jointly, and escalated to $1,000 if the child was born after the marriage of the parents. So, are they trying to make the argument that gay people are benefiting because they're getting married and then adopting kids, and then they're getting $1,000 a year? Is that the issue? Because I gotta tell you, that percentage of people that exist in the United States that are gay and are adopting after they get married, it's not a big percentage of people. Like, there are people that matter for sure, but it's not that many. It's not that many to make it an issue. There's way more shitty parents who get married and crank out 16 fucking kids and treat them like dog shit, and they are... And these are the ones who are doing it because, well, not because, but they're doing it, and then they're like, fuck yeah, dude, I get a child tax credit. And then their food stamps go up because they're trashy people who don't want to work. And I've met many people like this in my life. There's a very close family friend of ours who is very like this. And it seems from the verbiage that they're trying to do this because married couples are getting this tax credit, and so they're trying to get rid of this or change the verbiage. And then there's another one that they talk about, and it would offer a $2,000 child tax credit per child for only married couples with biological children from the marriage. So if you are married to someone who's got a child from a previous marriage, that kid doesn't count, which is a big portion of the population. That's more common than a gay couple adopting somebody.
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah, pretty sick. Yeah.
The world's on fire.
Yep. How about yours? Oh, one last thing.
Okay.
We talked about a OnlyFans / Twitch streamer lady at one point. I can't remember how to say her name.
Amouranth?
Yeah. Did you see that she got her home got broken into and she shot them? Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, she did get like they broke in and they were pistol whipping her or just hitting her. And then at some point she was able to get a gun that she has and got, oh no, her husband shot them. But they did not know where he was at the time. So then he got his gun and shot them and they fled. There's a video that she posted on Twitter's, and you can see the people running out, and you can hear one of them going, I got shot, I got shot.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Good news is it happened in Texas, so they're not gonna her and her husband probably good on as far as like, you know, you always hear about those like crazy stories. Oh, I got shot by somebody while I was robbing them, and then now I'm suing them because they shot me.
Yeah.
But it's Texas. Probably could have lit them on fire and skinned them alive, and it would have been fine. So
Yeah, there's not many states that have what's called it's like a castle law essentially, where like if you, because it's definitely in Georgia, and I'm guessing I would assume it's in Texas too.
Texas,
But
I
if
think
you break in,
Florida too.
I mean, I honestly think, and there should be an investigation, but I think most states should have that. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in my home and you break in, you enter at your own fucking peril.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's crazy to me is that she lives in Texas, and Texas is very anti-porn.
So I don't think she actually does porn necessarily.
You don't?
I mean, like I don't really like follow her like that, but I'm pretty sure she like skirts the line where she like streams in a bikini and like, or she does do porn now, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I've done some research on the topic, and she is active on OnlyFans. Well, she was. In her tweet thread on this, somebody named Mike says, I would log off the internet for a while. This is the kind of event that needs time, space, and calm to process. You did damn good, though. When it came to fight or flight, you fought. Good work. And she says, truth be told, I don't know if I'll ever be back. So, F in the chat, you know. But I honestly, I understand though, because like people are finding out where you live somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know what tools are at disposal of people that want to find that information. I know a lot of it's public record, which is just how that works. Like if you buy a house, the deed goes into public record and you can just look that up, sure. But I would fucking go to like Italy or something, like live off the grid in the Tuscan hills. It's just clear out there.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
And with how many people are like getting way too good at this fucking like geo-tracking shit, where they're like, I see that blade of grass, you're in Kentucky. Like I would green screen fucking everything near a window, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Good news is I'm doing this live from Mars, so
oh, I'm doing this live from Omicron Persei 8.
Okay. I don't know what that is, but all right.
Damn it. Comment in the put a comment what show that's from, because I've been stumping people all week with it. All right, if you made it this far, we appreciate you. Obviously, with my schedule being all out of whack and Levi's schedule being the same as it was, but we're just in two completely different areas of the world, it's kind of hard for us to do shows. So for those of you who have stuck around and kept being subscribers, thank you so much. We haven't forgot about you, and we feel bad when we forget.
We love you.
We love you.
Yeah.
All right. Linktree/walkpod. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Tell your friends about us. Maybe they'll like us too.
You.
All right. Am I the asshole if I want to break up with my girl because I'm tired of her testing me all the time?
Oh boy.
Not a great week for Am I the Asshole, but
yeah.
I've been with my girlfriend for over a year now, and she is always looking through my phone to see if I'm doing anything against our relationship. She goes through my phone at least twice a week and my computer once a week. Jesus,
man. That's way too frequent. I get like, hey man, let me see. I have this anxiety. I want to clear it.
Right.
And then they're like, cool. But like once a week, twice a week, Jesus.
Yeah. When I see her with my phone or on my computer, I ask her what she's doing, and she outright says, just checking to see if you're cheating.
Cool. Cool.
That's, bro, run.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
2 days ago, I went to pick her up at her best friend's house only to learn that she wasn't there. Instead, her best friend answers the door in a revealing outfit trying to seduce me. What?
Read that back.
Yeah, 2 days ago, I went to pick her up at her best friend's house only to learn that she wasn't there. Instead, her best friend answers the door in a revealing outfit and tries to seduce me.
This is fucked up. Is this a big game?
I noped my way out of there as quickly as I could get to my car.
Smart
and got out of
man.
the driveway and went home. When I opened the door, my girlfriend was sitting there. I sat her down and I told her what happened, and she laughed and said that was just a test and I passed.
Yeah, get out.
Bro, she's gonna murder you in your fucking sleep.
Yeah, you ever seen Gone Girl? That's like, it's like a Barney compared to what she's gonna do you know?
Dude. I am so angry right now because I have never done anything to deserve this type of mistrust, and I know she does this because her ex used to cheat on her. Bro, it is not your responsibility to deal with this level of fucking distrust, especially if you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm at my wit's end. I love this girl, but I really don't think this is healthy. Would I be the asshole if I feel like I want to break up with her? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah. That is crazy, man. I like, it started with some pretty heavy red flags in general, but like, that is a crazy thing to do. I understand if you've been cheated on and you are mistrustful and you have some sort of trauma that you're trying to overcome, but you need to communicate that in a healthy way and not put your partner through these tests to make sure that they're not. Like, that is 100% something that you can work out in a way healthier way than this. That is wild.
Number one comment so far from a day ago, because this thing's pretty new, but it's the top one this week.
Yeah, nice.
That's an awful situation. Here's a plan. Tell her you'll break up with her because you don't think she loves you enough to trust you. Then after she goes crazy, and she will go crazy, just tell her, oh, honey, it was just a test. Sorry, you failed.
Oh. No, because that will get him murdered.
Yeah, dude, and if her friend is willing to dress like that and try to seduce you to see if you'll falter, her friend will help harry the body, bro.
Yep. Because they've got it in their heads. They've communicated this to a point to where you're already guilty of something, and you didn't pass, or like you passed this time. But like, what's a test that they'll find that you'll fail even if you are not doing anything? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they're going to go through a lot of hoops just to convict you of whatever they have decided you're already guilty of. So I would get the fuck out and not tell her where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut ties, delete everything, or
Yep.
we'll block everything and fucking move.
Yeah. Move to the hills of Tuscany.
That's the name of the episode. The
Hills of
Hills
Tuscany. I don't know why that's my safe haven, but it seems like the move. Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah. Please let us know what you think, especially people in relationships that have experience in this. We obviously don't want you to give us details, but like, if you have a situation similar to this or something like that, that would be comment worthy. Chances are I'll probably read it. Yo.
Nice. Oh man. Let's see. We'd like to thank our friends, the Macabre Emporium, a Real Creature Feature, the Dark Windows Podcast, the Society of Cryptid Hunters, and the Remedial Scholar.
Dude, look at you. Nailed it. All right.
Let's go, dude.
And that's it. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.